A lot of times when people come here for a tour or to see the safety center, they're obviously impacted by the handprints and just the vast number of handprints that there are on the walls. And it can make people tearful or upset, or just thinking about how many children in Northwest Arkansas and Washington County that we've had to serve over the past 20 years that we've been open. For me, coming in, I just think of it so differently. I think of it as, these are all the kids that have been able to tell their story and that have been courageous and brave and have come in and had the courage to be able to tell some really horrific things that have happened in their life, and be able to know that hopefully they're going to be in a safe place now and they're going to be on that path to healing.
These handprints on this wall we call the Seven Sisters. They weren't technically sisters, but they were sisters because they were in the same foster care home. And their foster dad had a certain type, and so when one would age out, he would move on to the other one. And finally, a couple of them were brave enough to tell, and so they all came to the safety center and told their story of bravery, and then they wanted to put all of their handprints together.
I think it's so overwhelming for individuals who hear about the handprints when they walk in the door and see the number, which we have almost 8,000 handprints now. And it helps people to visualize and see what a problem and what an epidemic sexual abuse is just in our county. And that's beneficial to raise awareness. And then it's beneficial when we have a child that comes in and when we explain that the handprints are kids that have been here to talk about similar things that they're here to talk about, or see a nurse like they may have to see a nurse. That impact is, beyond measurable, because you see that sigh of relief for that child to realize that they're not the only one.
I wanted to make something unique, and I have a love for trees, so we painted trees on the walls. We use the handprints as leaves. To me, it's like a form of life. The children who have put their handprints on this tree, these trees are, to me, a sign that spring, new life, growth.
This one was a little girl about 13 years of age that was sexually molested by her stepfather, and she became pregnant because of the abuse. And she didn't find out she was pregnant until she came here and we did the sexual assault exam on her. But despite what had happened after she had the child, she wanted to come back and put the footprint with her handprint. I was asked to sit with this sweet little 6-year-old girl, and I had never painted a handprint before. And so when I asked her what colors she wanted on her hand, she said all of them. And I was like, okay, you've got it. So let's do every color on your hand. And so we did. We put all the different colors that we had. I call it the rainbow hand. And when a child, when they come here to tell the stories that they tell, you want to do everything possible to make them happy. And she was very happy.